Hello, my dear friends. Today we're talking about decluttering your mind. You know, when you're like me and most of the people that I mentor, we have things that we see that are around and they go in our head and they start ping-ponging off the walls. So if you have 4 things to do in your head, it feels like 16, 32. The longer it stays in there, the worse it gets, and some of them fall out your ear and you never remember what they were. So what I want you to do is declutter your mind by putting it down on paper, putting it in your planner. There is a place in this planner that I recommend. This is Kimmy's She's in Her Apron planner. I talked about it this morning on my, on my live, but this is the new one for May, June, and July. This is the current one, which is January, February, March, and April. So this might not be your cover. I get to pick my own covers. I picked this one for the early, late winter, early spring. This one is for late spring, early summer, or summer. So this is the color I picked, but there are different designs you can pick. But now's the time to order one for May. She's in Her Apron, Progress Over Perfection 2022. Go to she'sinherapron.com. Kimmy Hughes has created a fabulous planner for us, and she even has a video on how to use it. If you're my mentee, most of you have gone over how to use it, and I've made videos in the past on how to use this. But get your planner, and you'll find in your, let me go to the new one, I haven't written in this one yet. You'll find for the weekly spread, there's a place for you to put, hang on. This is a weekly spread, just a random weekly spread. And this place right here says to-dos, brain dump. This is where you write those 4 or 5 items down. In the current week that you're on, if you don't have a planner like this, then find a spot on the week that you're on where you can put a brain dump. It could be a blank column on the side. I also put my prayer requests in here. It helps me remember. But I also brain dump anything that's bugging me, that's not on my plan to do this week. Then when you look at that planner every day to see what's planned for the next day, you look at your focus and you say, oh yeah, I really wanted to pull those weeds in the front, and I really wanted to straighten my linen closet, and I really need to throw out some of those old shoes, and I really need to get out my spring wardrobe, or whatever it is. And those are just random things I'm thinking of, but let's say you wrote those down. So some of those are going to be imminent, like spring wardrobe. Since we're in spring, it needs to be done the next time you're in zone 4, which is your master bedroom. Unless you love to do it like me. I love to play in my clothes. That would be something I would do in my free time because I get to do it. I don't have to do it. But if you're a have to do it on any of these articles, they go in your zone, not to get to, okay? So in your zone, zone 4 is master bedroom, master closet, master bathroom. Master closet, you go through your clothes that week, and that's next week. We're in zone 3 this week, so next week you would just move it to there and say, that's a priority over anything else. I need to work on my clothes for springtime. It's getting warmer. If you're in Alaska, not so much, but you can start thinking about it. But if you're in the southern United States, yes. We definitely have been in our spring clothes for a while, with an occasional day in winter. This is kind of a wintry shirt. It's kind of cool this morning. Okay? All right. So I do a little overlap until we're thoroughly into that season, and then I can take those out. Okay? All right. So that's an example. So let's say that you said pull weeds in the garden. Well, we don't have a zone for that. But you can make zones for your, especially as the gardens and the lawns are waking up and it's time to mow and edge and rake and plant. Then you want to make yourself a set of zones for your yard. So you say, okay, I have 5 zones in my yard: the front yard, the backyard, the 2 side yards, my garden, and my flower beds. Those could be 5 zones. What things do I need to do every day in those zones? What things do I need to do once a week in those zones? What things do I need to do once a month or every 3 months or every 6 months or once a year in those zones? And you can get yourself a spiral bound notebook and call it your garden book. And it tells you, oh yeah, I need to fertilize the orange tree. Oh yeah, I need to cut back the gardenia bush this month. Oh yeah, I need to do whatever it is you need to do in your garden. So you would have those things in there for the month, but you would also have, what are you going to do each week? So every day, maybe you need to pull a few weeds. Every day, you just pull a few weeds, not for an hour, for 15 minutes. Every week, you need to mow the yard. You need to edge the yard. Every month, maybe you need to trim your bushes in little bits. Maybe every season, you need to trim your trees. You figure it out, but that's what you do, and you do that. Maybe if you have a spouse, you do that with him on Saturdays. It won't take long if you have a plan, but it still needs to go in your planner if it's bugging you. Oh, these weeds are horrible. Well, I'm going to do 15 minutes of weeding next week on Saturday, and I'm going to do 15 minutes on Sunday, and I'm going to do 15 minutes on Monday, and I'm going to do 15 minutes on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'm going to find 15 minutes in the day to pull a few weeds. Before you know it, you'll have a weed-free entryway, for example. Okay? All right. Next, I gave other examples, but you get the idea. You put it in your planner so it doesn't bug you. And then the next time you're walking in the house with your keys in your hand and the baby on your hip and you see the weeds in the thing, you say, I see you and I have a plan for you. And you truly have a plan in your planner for when you're going to pull those weeds. That is how we declutter our minds. The other thing I want you to do is declutter your mindset. So your mindset is, woe is me, I live in a mess, my house is a bomb, I'm a hot mess. One of my least favorite expressions is, I'm a hot mess. What are you saying to your subconscious? I'm a hot mess. You're confirming that to yourself. That is not a decluttering mindset. That is a hot mess mindset that keeps you in that state. It's almost like you're proud of being a hot mess. I know we say it about our little kids sometimes. Hopefully they don't hear us. But we shouldn't be saying that about ourselves or our family members. Instead, you should say, you know what? I used to be a hot mess, but I am getting better every day. I am using a plan, and I know it's going to be slow and steady, but that's what wins the race. I am not the hare in this race. I am the tortoise. What I do is going to stick and stay. Okay? All right. So declutter your mind. Declutter your mindset, and now declutter your home. Actually do the work. Discipline yourself to do the work. It's not a lot of work. Just like I talked about the lawn, 15 minutes a day, it's the same in your house. We have 3 things to do. Basic weekly plan, which is something we do once a day. One thing once a day. Monday, we do weekly home blessing hour if we're an at-home homemaker. If we're a payroll homemaker, we do that on Saturday morning. Tuesday is our free day. Payroll homemakers, free day does not exist. I have worked my entire life. We don't get free day. We get free moments, free hours. We plug that in. Lunch hour, break, drive to work, drive home. We listen to podcasts. We listen to music. We do praise music. We listen to books on tape. Whatever it is, we call an old friend. That's when we do that. That's our private time. That's our time. People who are at home taking care of little children, or even if their children are gone, doesn't seem like they get that time. They seem to always be doing something. I'm trying to pull you all away from that so that there's just a little bit of the day that you're doing work, actual work in your home. So it's basic weekly plan. So I told you the first 2. The third one is planning and desk day. That happens on Wednesdays. For payroll, it happens on Sunday afternoon. Errand day happens on Thursdays. For payroll, it could happen on Saturday, Sunday. You could delegate it, or you could pick up groceries on the way home from work. Friday for at-home homemakers is car and purse day. Also for payroll homemakers, car and purse day. A little teeny tiny job when you do it every week. Also date night. Saturday is family fun day for both home and payroll. Payroll, you get your 2 hours of work done in the morning, which I'm going to cover. I've just talked about one so far. And then you're going to have family fun day, and Sunday is renew your spirit day. Okay, so That's your layer one. Layer two, routines. We all do routines. We do them every single morning. We do them every single evening. We do them before bed. We do them after dinner. We do them when we clutter stop. We do them when we do laundry. We have routines. These routines happen boom, 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 clockwork. Nothing is hard, little routines. The third thing and final thing we do is our zones. We have one zone a week. We work 4 15-minute units in that zone a week. If you're payroll, those 4 15-minute units are combined into 1 hour, and that happens on Saturday after or before you do your weekly home blessing hour. That's your 2 hours on Saturday. That's it. Your home will become beautiful, streamlined, deep cleaned, peaceful, decluttered forever if you just follow this over and over and over again. Have you ever shot a bow and arrow in school? Remember that? And if you're off or thrown a dart, if you're off just a little bit, the trajectory of that arrow or that dart goes way over here, even though you're just off a little bit. So these little changes that we're doing, or these little bits of work that we're doing, are going to change the trajectory of your home life, of your children's home life, of your husband's home life, of your relationships, because it's going to give you peace in your home, control in your home, control in your life, and you're going to learn to love yourself. And that is what it's all about. Have a great day, and always remember that you are beautiful. So be beautiful.